y'all. So it's day 3 of the Diddy trial. But I want to go over a couple of things from yesterday really quick this morning. Court will be starting soon, in about like 30 minutes. So I wanted to do a quick video really quick and talk about some of the things that was brought up yesterday during the trial. One of them being Christina Quorum. I said yesterday I wanted to bring her back up because she's been named in a few of Diddy's civil suits, and one of them is the one with Jaguar Wright, Drewski, Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know if you guys remember that lawsuit. Most of you should, if you've been keeping up with him and his cases and stuff like that. She was named in that lawsuit as the one who was trying to give Ashley Parham. She was trying to administer the IUD or put the IUD in Ashley Parham. If you guys remember that story and what happened in that lawsuit, that's her. So she is Diddy's chief of staff and his right hand woman that has been with him since 2013. So I am inclined to believe Cassie when she named her in her testimony yesterday as someone who was there. Okay? When the prosecutors asked her about her being punished and things being taken away from her, like her electronic devices, phones, laptops, and stuff like that, she said that staff would take them away. And when they start showing her pictures, they show her a picture of Christina Quorum, and she named her. Okay? So this lady trying to act like her hands are squeaky clean, honey, I highly doubt it. And just because charges have not been brought up yet, that don't mean charges won't be brought up in the future. You never know what's going to happen after this trial with Diddy, because they still can go back and charge people who was brought up throughout this trial. People need to understand that. So, yeah, her hands, in my opinion, is not squeaky clean. Even though that Ashley Parham case was all over the place, so I really don't know what to make of that. It was just super animated, whatever. But still, your name has been brought up too many times. Even in one of his speeches a while back, he mentioned you and said how you was his right hand, and if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be able to do day-to-day tasks and get things done, and he appreciated you getting things done for him. And he made a point of that. And if this was his everyday activity and things that he's been doing for years, there's no way you didn't know anything about it. If you are the chief of staff, even if you didn't directly take phones from her and do things to her, when your staff came up missing or doing was somewhere they ain't had no business being, you was aware of what they was doing. So girl, stop playing. Stop playing. And I really do think that anybody that was involved in this case, like I said, and I'm going to keep on saying, and I'm going to keep on stressing throughout this trial about, is that whoever was involved should also seek, get consequences for what they did. Absolutely. No one should get away. There's too many dirty hands in this situation. Nobody can just sit here and tell me that Diddy carried out all these things by himself. For one, as I talked about before, Diddy loved to keep a lot of people around him. He loved having parties. He loved doing all those things. So how are we now going to act like he did all these things by himself? Absolutely not. Like I said yesterday, everybody is not a witness. Some of those people are accomplices, okay? And I truly believe Christina Quorum got a lot more to do with this than the public think. And I'm sure it's going to come out. That's why I named I put on the thumbnail the foundation, because what is happening, in my opinion, is that the government is laying the foundation. Today is only day 3. We only heard 2 days worth of testimony. I don't think if Cassie was pregnant, they would have put her on the stand so soon to testify. But they had to put her up there in the beginning of the trial because, of course, she's pregnant and she can give birth any day. So they want to get her testimony out the way. I don't think they would have did it that way. But what they're doing is right now is laying a foundation. Okay? There were several things that were said throughout the testimonies over the last couple days that make me believe that. For one, if you know anything about the feds, they nothing like the state. If it was a state case, state level case, they probably would have already been went to trial. Usually the lawyers don't have as much, or the prosecution don't have as much evidence as federal cases, the prosecutors in federal cases have. The feds take their time because that's why they have such a high conviction rate, okay? So they taking their time. Trust me, before trial started, they been laid everything out, and they all came together and made a decision on who was going to testify first and how they was going to do it. The questions that was going to be asked because they're laying a foundation for things to come. So people need to understand that. There are so many people that's saying, I don't see any trafficking yet. Like, that's just Diddy was just a FREAK, and they can't put these charges on and all this, or it was just DV, domestic violence. This had nothing to do with the charges and yes it do. If you know anything about the law, y'all need to go read up on his charges and then go read up on what they mean, okay? Yeah. So what they're doing, in my opinion, is laying a foundation for what's to come. That way, they can't just put the biggest stuff out and then you guys say, well, how did you know that happened? They laying it out so that when the big stuff come, you will know exactly where they got it from based on the testimonies that are happening now. Such as yesterday, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm sure most of you have if you heard the testimony from yesterday. They talked about Diddy, an incident where, Cassie, in her testimony, she talked about an incident where Diddy took Pals out of the house with his security, jumped in the SUV, and went to go meet up with Suge Knight. They didn't really give us context or details surrounding them asking that and bringing that up and having her talk about that. But they laid it out so that when it come back up, we're going to know exactly what they're talking about. So, because I was lost. I'm like, okay, that happened. What was the point of them bringing that up? And without telling us why. Did something happen when he left out for that 30 or 40 minutes that Cassie testified to? Like, what's going on? What's the story with that? We still don't know. But this is the feds. They very strategic. They are smart. They know what they're doing. They have their stuff together, okay? Because they usually don't come for nobody if they don't have it. That's what people need to understand. And people say, well, y'all just want to see a black man be taken down. Look here, okay? At this point, everybody needs to be held accountable. That's the problem with people. You don't know that man from Adam House Cat. Did he pay your bills last month or something? Because why is you so stuck so far up his crack? Hold people accountable. I don't care who they are, okay? Because I wouldn't want somebody like him with the things that he's being accused of around my family members. That's why so many people out here now doing stuff like that. Hold them accountable. It has nothing to do with the things y'all talking about. Please stop and go take your meds immediately, okay? Another thing that I want to bring up, because people was talking about NDAs, and things like that with the dude, what's his name? Jonathan Odie, okay? And the things that he accused Diddy of and things like that. And that he signed this NDA. NDAs, if you know anything about the law, they only a legal contract for... They can't have any criminal activity in there. You can't do an NDA and then go commit a crime based on that and think that the person not supposed to tell. That's when you breach the contract, when you committed a crime. NDAs do not hold up when crime is involved, okay? Another thing that people keep on talking about is if Cassie got paid and he paid her, the $30 million or whatever it was for the lawsuit that she took out on him, the civil suit, why is she telling on him? A civil suit has nothing to do with criminal, okay? And honestly, she should have went for criminal first, in my opinion, but that does not matter. If you notice, this case says USA versus Sean Combs, not Cassie. So this is the government. They picked this case up. They saw that lawsuit and they wanted to pursue charges on Diddy based on things in her civil suit. Okay? That's what you need to understand. So they subpoenaed her to come and tell her story. Because from what it's looking like, she was not trying to do that. She was just trying to go on about her life and go mind her business and move on away from him. But they chose to pursue this. And she still have a right to tell her story, no matter what, whether he paid or not. How many times have you seen someone go to the police, file criminal charges, win that case, that person goes to jail, and then they go back and sue them? So in this case, it's done backwards. She got the money first, but now she's in court telling what actually happened on the criminal charges. So it's the same thing as long as it's getting done. What he did was wrong. I don't care what nobody says. If you don't agree with me, get from over here on the Nellyville show. If you want to take up form, go do it on your channel. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. I wanted to make this video really quick because no telling how long the testimony is going to be today. And that's a task in itself. Reading the back and forth is, yeah, I feel so crazy saying the government said, then Cassie said, then the government said, then Cassie said, then the government, like it's, I feel so crazy doing it, but I really want to get the testimony out to you guys for those of you who want to know what's going on inside the courtroom. And that's the best it's going to get because they're not televising it. So we just got to work with what we have. And I want to be able to read it to those who are interested in knowing what's going on and keeping up with the case, because a lot of y'all been invested in the case just like a lot of other people. And so at this point, you don't want the water to get cut off. You want to continue to be able to hear what's going on, especially now, because this is where it's going to get good. It's only day 3. You got to remember, it's still more alleged victims that are testifying against Diddy that they have not even called to the stand yet. I'm sure there are other character witnesses and things like that. So we just don't know. We still have not gotten to that list of 190 people. There was a couple of names named yesterday. I don't think it was, I got to remember who all was named, but it was a few people, but it wasn't nobody that I really know besides Suge Knight being brought up. I don't think it was somebody named Austin something. I don't know who he is, so I can't really tell you. What was his name? James Austin or something? I don't know, honey. Okay? If I don't know him, I ain't going to remember their name. So, anywho, I just wanted to give you guys a brief rundown. You have to remember that the feds, they work differently than these state level cases and trials. So you're used to hearing things and seeing things and stuff like that, and it's moving a little bit faster. With them, they don't mind taking all day. They don't. Honey, they don't even make arrest right away. They will sit back and watch you for a year or 2 or 3 before they come and arrest you if you're doing something that they can get you on. They want to make sure, and that's why they have so much success with their trials and convictions, okay? So y'all need to be patient. There's still about 7 more weeks of trial. 50 some more days of trial. So it's a long way to go. And it could possibly run past the 4th of July. So be patient. It's coming. Whatever coming is coming. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is coming. For now, I am out. Court is about to start in about 10 minutes. So I just wanted to do a little morning recap and bring up those issues or those topics, especially Christina Quorum, who's trying to act like she's innocent. I hope these people know, just because you're not, you don't have any charges against you right now, they can actually convict Diddy and, he gets sentenced and everything, and then charges for you can come later. Know that. You never know. They probably just want to get him out the way. I still don't think that it's right that he's up there by himself. But again, it's day 3, and even myself, I have to be patient because no telling what's to come, okay? So for now, that's it. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Today, Cassie will be testifying, finishing her testimony. And I don't, hopefully she get done today in full. I don't know if her testimony will last for another day besides today. We'll see how it go. But when there's an update around lunchtime, I'll let you guys know what happened this morning. And until next time, bye y'all. I'm out.